Howdy folks, welcome back, Rosgreets Gaming with another video, and today I have a good friend of ours, Chatta in his tier 10, once again, the Hindenburg. Now, I know we've seen Chat a lot of times in the replays lately, and I know I do apologize in advance, but sometimes, once in a while, he pulls out a video for me that sometimes will love, and sometimes you'll get disgusted, and unfortunately, this is one that you will feel disgusted. So, few discretions for you folks once we watch this video. You're going to lose hope in humanity after this one. Here at the end, you also will definitely feel a rain of pain on everything on your world. But let's get to that when we can. For now, this is Chad Hooligan in the tier 10 German cruiser, the Hindenburg. Now, it's gone through some nerfs, apparently, for some time. Apparently, they decided to decrease the reload on these guns, and I don't see a reason why when the ship is definitely easy to wipe out in a few seconds. Its turtleback armor is a strength and a weakness for the ship. It also has 4 of the quadruple torpedoes. So he is quite the thing. Anyway, so, you know, that's the thing. Now, what's nice about this, too, is it's also got a pretty good anti-air defense. It's actually pretty good for its tier. Not the greatest in the world, but it is pretty good for its tier, respectively. The guns are especially good. If you guys remember ever playing the lower tiers like York, you never felt it. But when you got to the tier 8, 9, and 10s, and you tried the armor piercing on these German cruisers, boy was it a complete different story for you guys. It was quite a powerful combo. They had very good AP shells and semi-decent high explosive. That's what to go without saying. The high explosive on this thing, and not to mention, forget, it's got really good accuracy. So anyway, this is the map Two Brothers, and well, Chad's working on the Yamato, and there is an enemy Cleveland out there. We're telling everybody to mark that one, but Chad's not going to. He's going to work on, and there's a fire on the enemy Yamato. He has, looks like, did he damage control it? No, he has not. So that is actually a sign of interestingness. He is not, and that's actually a sign of somebody who actually knows, has some experience playing this ship. So that's an interesting thought. And then the problem is right now, he's a little bit in hot water Chatter here. There is a lot of enemy ships on this flank. There is 2 tier 10 battleships, the Montana and the Yamato, which can definitely, if he is broadside, which he is giving a little bit too much side skirt here, can actually do some serious damage. Unfortunately, the Bismarck has already seen what's going on this side, and has decided to back out of here and let Chad all on his own and deal with everybody. Chad already sees that everybody's running away and is kiting away, so he doesn't take any hits. He's still going to open up on these ships. He did get some fires, so he's going to try to get some fires again. Now, there's one ship that's already on fire, and it's still holding that burn damage. So, he's already telling the team that they need to push the A cap, because they are noticing, if you guys are noticing in the map, a lot of the players are on the majorly pushing on the D side, giving a lot of pressure, but the A side's not giving a lot of pressure to push up. So this would be a perfect example for his team to push up. Looks like though they're very reluctant to actually put themselves in the line. Now Chatta has found himself a sweet spot because of the smoke screen by the Benson. He cannot get spotted, so he can now open up on all these ships and put a lot of rounds out. He can't get spotted because of the smoke screen. And until somebody passes around the smoke or over it, he cannot get spotted. So basically, this is like basically putting a net of invisibility over him. And there's AP bombs, AP shells, and oh, the Montana just took a nasty hit from an enemy ship. And this is what I mean by that AP. Look, 2,000. That's a low roll, but you see the penetrations. A lot of it over-penetrated, which means that some of it still had a chance to penetrate. If it did, yeah, there it is. 5,000 damage. Now he's going to switch back to high explosive because he is angling, and those shells are not going to do so good. And all he needs to do is get another burn on him, and he's going to change his tune in singing. And a good work on here by the whole team here, focusing on this ship. If they focus at least one down, that's one less ship they have to deal with. And Chatta knows if he keeps himself away from the rest of the islands, he's going to get the spot. Meanwhile, his comrade is making his way down the middle on Two Brothers. Now, before anybody shouts that, it is kind of a good idea with the Minotaur. There is no planes, no enemy carriers here that are going to be posing a serious threat to his position. Number 2 is because of the position of where he is, and there's the kill of the Montana finally. He could just hide there and use the position here when he needs. So we're already at 107,000 damage so far in the game, and we're still piling it up. And there's the Witherer for 110,000 damage. So we've already gotten that point. And Chatta's still trying to hold the enemy team and hoping that the allied team keeps the A and B cap. If they keep it this way, at least the scores can be close. And he's trying to get around to get shots on that Iowa. He might actually look at him. And he's spotted. That is a problem. But he looks like he's not aiming at him. Not yet, at least. But if he can try to get him to aim at him, maybe the Benson pops in torps. And, oh, there's a problem. Kagero. So, just to help out his team, he immediately switches targets to the Kagero. Question on the arrow piercing, but I won't question it now with that much damage. Chad just took a nasty hit by the enemy, and he's opening up on the Kagero, and there are very good penetration shots and a incapacitation on that destroyer. The question is, can he repair it? Looks like he can't, so he is going to reduce his engine speed. And Chatta finishes off the Kagero. So that's one less ship he has to worry about on his team. Chatta decides to throw up his repair. And they're already telling him to get back, and he's not going to go back. Definitely, guys. Where he's positioned, he's getting a very good position and not pushing himself very hard. He only has to deal with an Iowa. Everybody else is behind the position. In a way that his friend's positioned, it doesn't have him in a major problem with any enemy ships there. Unfortunately, here comes a problem. If you notice, there is a Des Moines on the other side. And he might, and there's the radar. He is spotting him out, so he has to pull back. The problem is his AP shells from that ship is very, very painful. Here comes AP shells from the Iowa. Ooh. Yeah, they will seriously make a lot of pain for you. But so does these AP shells from the frickin' Iowa. They are some terribly powerful shells. And ooh, there's his torpedoes, and they just ranged out. However, there are Benson ones out in the water, and they look like they're pretty good. It's one, and he just misses the other. But we can assume that he has taken a flood. So that means he's probably going to get perma-fired. Nope. He didn't still have the cooldown, but luckily somebody finished him off. So that is another kill down, and now the scores are looking pretty good a little bit. So maybe this is going to go well. You know, it's looking like a typical match where they're holding positions and they're working well. Turns out that the other side really couldn't push. But we'll see what happens here, because we're about to see now catching up soon. Will definitely be a curveball to us. Anyway, Chad's here working on the Des Moines. He is backing up, which is an interesting move from his point of view. From my point of view, even. But the way his armor is, he's angled, so he can't really penetrate very well. But Chad's going to try his damnedest to get this guy. One less Des Moines in the game, and it'll be a complete game changer. He's just telling everybody, focus that guy. And Chad's working on him. But he's giving a very slight angle, and that's giving just enough for him not to penetrate that hole. So that's what's the hard part. But now, might be different. He is turning now to get more of that broadside. Now he's behind the island, so now he can't take a shot on him. So now it's going to be a different way to shoot. Oh, and there is an enemy Cleveland that just popped up. And he pops a shot between the islands. Hopefully he gets a good hit there. Nope, but that is his Confederate. So that helped out quite a bit. Now Chatta sits here and holds now the position. There's no point for him to push. All they have to do is now hold these two positions here. By the way, if you're also noticing on the team, the allied kid is now positioning himself way out of position. Majorly out of position. If you notice it right down there. I guess it's a guy who personally knew just got the it just got the kid or something, because that is a really, really weird position for playing a kid. Ugh. Anyway. So, here we go. Chad's working on that Des Moines there. He's still getting a lot of damage on it, but he can't get a full-fledged finish off of him. And Benson's begging him to work on that Cleveland. He can't push up and assist until that Cleveland's out. But he also knows he can't get out there until that Des Moines' gone. Fortunately, he drops detection, so he can't get seen. So Chatta now has to push up and look. And unfortunately, there is a Roma out there too. Luckily, though, his armor is really exceptionally good on this ship, so he can get himself out of that sticky situation pretty good. He's trying to fire RP at that Roma, but we'll see what happens. Non-penetrations. And Chad decides to run. He's running his heel now because he doesn't want the Yamato to penetrate him. It'd be a serious problem. Remember, they still have two of the caps, but the point leads are slowly going to the enemy side here, so they need to do something pretty big here. And somebody just did something big by taking a massive hit on the Des Moines. Unfortunately, he is hiding pretty good behind an island. Using the island is an advantage. However, I think Chatta knows roughly what he's about to do. If he gets that shot at the right time, at the right position, he might, and he does. He finishes off the Des Moines as he pulls out behind the island. So meanwhile, the enemy team is now making a major move on the enemy cap. And the kid hasn't done anything to help out the poor Missouri. So, to be the smart person, Chad's making his way back towards B cap. Assist, but it came a little too late. Poor Missouri was focused by a Conqueror, a Cleveland, and a Roma. 3 against 1 is not going to be the best shape for him, especially if he was facing backwards to them. The armor can't withstand that. Only the bow can really do that kind of technique of bow tanking, so to speak. So we're going to lose that cap position, and now the scores are really going to start piling up with points. So Chatta's got to do something bigger here. He's got to have to push even harder to carry this team with some damage to take down some of these ships. So he starts working on that Conqueror immediately, and he knows he gets spotted immediately, but if he can get him on fire, at least, and have a damage con it, he can lower his health dramatically, even though he does have a uber heal. He might be able to trick him to take a lot of damage down. Problem is it's going to be very, very difficult for him to do that, especially with this enemy ship. And here comes high explosive for the Conqueror. And what do you know? Instant fire and major damage by the Conqueror. That's nothing new. However, that is pretty good damage on the Conqueror there. And the Roma is still behind the island, but looks like he's going to try to flank. Now, Chad's keeping his distance away from these guys, because he knows if he gets any closer, it might be a tall tale ending to him. Meanwhile, the Benson and the Bismarck have actually gotten themselves almost the full cap on sea. And in a few seconds, they actually might get this, and might get these scores a little more lenient to them. And sure enough, they were able to get the scores a little bit closer. Unfortunately, the Roma has pushed into cap, right around Chatta underneath his nose, and started capping the enemy cap, ally cap. Chatta's not having any of this, because now he's firing high explosive, and yeah, that's a pretty good amount of damage. And switches to arm piercing, and starts pounding shells into this guy. Don't forget, guys, there's still a Conqueror out there, and don't forget, we still have an ally kid who might be able to help us. Hopefully, he is trying to catch up with us, see if he can give us a hand here. And yeah, as a defend, we're still trying to get some points in this guy. However, it's not looking good for Chatta. He doesn't have a lot more health. So, Chatta already says, you know, he's trying to get that down. And somebody already asked, kid, start working on the Cleveland. And I admit that it's a big problem right now. And Chatta knows he's not looking so good, so he starts trying to work on the kid, throws the torpedoes out. Maybe he can get a lucky torpedo to help out. And unfortunately, that goes to death of Chatta and his Cleveland, Hindenburg. Meanwhile, that Cleveland's getting focused by the kid. Now he's almost dead. Can he get him? Just a few more rounds. That's all you gotta do. There he goes. So, there we go. Now all he has to do is just drop detection, get into cap, and go around and get the cap positions. That should get the points rolling quicker and get the game into a win. Points are open now for him. And Bismarck all he had to do is just hold out in that position with the Benson's torpedoes, and they still have a Yamato. And, well, that's not what really actually happens. This kid decides actually to not do that for the team and just go ham on Roma. I guess he thought that actually he can kill him within 20 the next 2 minutes, or next few points in points. And of course, look at the chat. Not very happy with this kid's decision. Not at all. And unfortunately, I don't think this kid's realizing what's truly going on until, well, unfortunately, I have to say this. Until once the Bismarck went out, and of course, the Conqueror sees this and takes the opportunity and kills him for the last few points. God dang, doesn't that stink, guys? After doing all that carry, all that hard work, you get this. 287,000 damage, 420 target hits, Confederate high caliber Witherer. Only 3 kills, unfortunately, but he did do 4 defense and a cap, trying to hold as much as he can for a carry. And you thought it was going to be any good for one of my videos today? I think it's a running skip it for us today, guys. Can Raz get a video where there's actually a win where they actually don't have you say, smack your head against the wall? God dang it, that stinks. 12 fires, Witherer, high caliber, and all that. Top leaderboard, of course, with 2,050 base experience. At least the Yamato and the Benson at least tried, but I don't know. It's a pity. Anyway, 287,000 damage, 81,000 just by fires alone. It's quite impressive work there, I have to say so myself. And of course, with premium, getting his hands on almost, and just actually he did over 500,000 credits. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for submitting that in chat. If you guys have your own, submit it down to the email link down below, or send it to me in Discord. The link in Discord is down below. Feel free to come in, talk with us, have some fun talking to us is all. So as always, guys, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you dislike it, you know what to do. As always, if you want to, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon so you know when the next videos are coming up as soon as they are released. As always, guys, take care of yourselves and see you all on High Seas.